Okay guys, welcome back. Saturday, setup Saturday. We got guitars we have to string. This looks to be an Epiphone DR12 string. Gonna have to put new strings on this thing, get it all ready for resale. So here we go, let's get started. Okay, here we go. This thing's got an old vintage looking strap on it. Let me see if I can get this taken off of here. There we go. Yeah, it's not old school. It's just kind of made to look old. $14.99. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. You know what I think I'm going to do on this one? I think I'm just going to tune it. Alright, so let's put my headstock tuner up here. And when you're tuning these 12 strings, you just gotta pay attention to what string you're plucking and what tuner you're on up here. Alright, so that's set around D. Let's see where this one is. Do I want to tune this thing a whole step down? No, we have to go all the way to proper pitch on this one. It might have been tuned down just because it was in storage for a long time. So this is a guitar that I do own. It's part of the shop. It's part of the store. I don't know whether to call this my store or my shop. But yeah, now here's that high G string. This is the thinnest string on the guitar. So, and this is the one that usually breaks. That looks to be right now. That looks like an 11. And it's a 10 gauge set, so it's not the thinnest string on the guitar. But it's the one that most likely breaks. Let's get back into it here. We're just tuning it. A lot of guys, when they buy a used guitar from me, they want to tune it, or they want to restring it anyhow. And it is kind of a lot of work to restring these things. And when I run my fingers underneath here to try to find dirt, I don't feel any. Okay, so after we get them close, we go over it one more time. Now I know that I've made a couple older videos where I restring 12 string guitars. And they're not much fun to watch. And usually, you know, on my channel, thank you guys, by the way, for watching, but when I do video content about acoustic guitars, they don't get very many views. They get about half the views as like when I do electrics and stuff like that. And I understand that. And so that's why on today's video, I'm going to knock through these things really quickly. And move on to the next guitars really quickly and that kind of thing. So here it is. Let's see what it sounds like. Everybody's go-to song on an acoustic. got really low string action. It's really clean, a little bit of some fingerprints on it here and there. A little bit of dirt right here. I need to clean it a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this, and I am going to go and just move on to the next guitar for you guys. Here we go. Okay, so part of Restring Saturday, I put a set of Elixir strings on this Michael Kelly acoustic guitar, and I found something very interesting about this guitar. It's the Visionary Acoustic Series by Michael Kelly. I think they sell these at Sam Ash, but I was noticing that my string height was really high on this thing. And so I'm looking here on the back, and I see something that looks like it's got a micro tilt function right here on the back. So I took my Allen wrench and I stuck it in here. So when you tighten this, let me see if I can get my camera so you guys can see this. This is kind of fascinating to me. So do you see how much room you have right here? That's how much you can pull this neck by turning this, the whole neck, and you can feel it moving in there. Look at that right there. So now I'm pulling the neck up. Now look at our string height is going to be just really, really high now, right? So you go in here and you loosen this back up, and it takes the whole neck and it raises the whole entire neck. You can hear it working in there, but you can raise and lower this neck on here. It's like it raises and lowers the whole neck. It's super cool. And a lot of guys, they need neck resets and stuff after a while. They want to really, it's hard to adjust your string height on an acoustic. You can shave the plastic nut piece down a little bit. You can try to tighten the truss rod. Usually you don't get too much adjustability in the truss rod. But with that on the back there, you can actually raise and lower the neck on these guitars to get them to play really good. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. I never have run into one of these before, and it just kind of blows my mind how easily it works. I thought it was like a micro tilt function when I saw that, but yeah, I'm into it. It really made the setup on this guitar really easy. You can really slam the action. But I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to show you that really quick. A Visionary acoustic guitar by Michael Kelly. Okay, let's go on to the next guitar. Okay, so it's a nylon string classical. On the back it says Brazil, Gia Giorgio. Gia Georgia. Gia Georgia. Okay? I don't know what this thing is, but it's old and it's Brazil. And I'm gonna guess this is Brazilian rosewood. I don't know for sure, but it's dark and cool. There are some top cracks right across here on the top, but most guitars, you know, these days you see a lot of top cracks and stuff, but just looking inside that guitar, craziness going on in there. Di Giorgio. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm totally messing up that name. Pretty much sure this is made in Brazil. It's got a really nice carve up here. Just gorgeous. Brazilian rosewood fingerboard. What's your best guess, guys? Leave it in the comment. This is just something that I bought when I bought a whole collection of guitars. And you get this kind of stuff laying around. And today, again, Saturday restring. But I'm going to do a lot of... It's all acoustic day this Saturday. And this is going to be one of them. So let's pull these remaining strings off of here. And these buttons, right? Look at those buttons on little 3 clover leaf kind of things. Leave me some comments, guys, on what you think this guitar, if it honestly is a Brazilian-made guitar. If they fetch a lot of money, let me know. Maybe a little history on this guitar brand. I know I'm butchering the name of it. I feel stupid for butchering the name of this guitar brand. But it's definitely Brazilian. It's Spanish of some sort, right? Brazil doesn't have their own language. It's Spanish down there. So, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I know it's got the top crack in it, but so many guitars get those top cracks that sometimes I don't worry about it. I know it sucks when you go out and you buy yourself a new Martin and a new Taylor and you have it for, 6 months and it develops a big top crack. But when you get an old thing like this, it already has a top crack in it. Just the thing to do is just to string these things up and to just play this thing. 2-piece neck right here. It looks like it's together still very nicely. And made in Brazil. I don't know if it's the Brazilian rosewood or if it's some other piece of rosewood that is down in that neighborhood down there, down in South America. But yeah, sometimes you buy a whole bunch of guitars, and this is just one of them. And then it's been sitting back here in the back room of my store for a long time. And I decided, today's the day. Let's get this thing going. Alright, I'm going to spray some of this. We're just going to get some dust off of it. So let's spray some of our Dunlap 65 on here. This is quite a unique piece of wood on the back of this guitar. Some guys love the, and for a nylon string classical, some guys love the guitars that are what they call coffee table guitars. They have such nice, beautiful grain, and guys, they could care less what their coffee table at home looks like, but man, if they got some grain on their guitar, they're just going crazy. And that's what I call a coffee table guitar. BC Rich used to make a lot of old BC Riches that were all natural wood, and they cared about, what the wood looked like. And I think it's just because they didn't really have a good painter at the time. And I see other guys that build guitars, and they do the nice wood grain. They buy the nice wood, and they try to do those natural wood grain guitars. Not really my thing, but I'm not against them. I think they're cool. Alright, this is the kind of guitar right here where this Music Nomad F1 oil You could literally cover the whole entire guitar with this stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the fingerboard. But yeah, you could do the whole entire guitar with this F1 oil. Now the bridge does have a nice gloss to the bridge. See a little bit of dust in here. I can wipe it down a little bit. Don't peel them stickers in there though. Definitely, let's take a look. Definitely the nut is a 2-inch nut, like most nylon string classicals. But one thing that is unique about this guitar that I haven't seen before is where the strings go in here. These are made out of, this is metal instead of plastic. And then like I said, these buttons, it's probably plastic, but it might be ivory. I don't know. It's got a little line along the side of each one like it's molded plastic. I can't get too crazy and think that they are using ivory on that. Alright, she's ready for strings. Let's get some strings out and put some nylon strings on this thing. Okay, this nylon string classical is getting a set of Ernie Ball clear and silver nylon strings. Okay, and I start with the high string first. Run it through the bridge here. Leave yourself 3 or 4 inches there, wrap it around, and then go under once, twice, pull it forward. There, now you got that nice little piece right there. And then wind it around a whole bunch of times. And here's what I do. I just set it right here on my chair. Then I take my string winder and I tighten it up. And it's easier to do it like this than to have it laying on my bench. Okay, and it ends up something like that. You can see it probably would have been a little bit better if I guided it over this direction, but that's going to be okay just like that. Okay, so now that I have my B string, put that in here, and you run this high E string underneath that B string. And you do the same project, you loop it around, same procedure, pull it tight. Yeah, so this is what it looks like when it's all finished. Now you can get in here if you want and trim these down a little bit. But usually they just all kind of live right there, and yeah, so now all I have to do is tune this thing up. Okay, so I've been sitting with this one for about 10 or 15 minutes chatting with customers, and you have to just stretch and stretch these strings. When you get these nylon strings going, you really got to just keep working with it. You stretch them out, you retune it. And honestly, you play this guitar for about, if you play this every day for about 2 weeks, they'll finally sort of stretch out and stay locked into place. It takes a long time to get your nylon strings stretched out and in place. Let's see. It's kind of a quiet guitar, although I do have a fan running over here and my AC's blowing, but there it is. It's strung up. It's pretty nice. One more today. It's the Ibanez, and this is the AEL20 electric cutaway. It's got the nice strap on here, multicolored. Let me see if I can get this thing off of here. Okay, well, somebody has put a nice little washer on that thing. So they don't want this strap to come off of here. It's not a washer, it's actually just the strap button. I'm gonna take some pliers and rip it out of there. Yeah, that's a good looking heavy duty strap button right there. Ibanez did not want anything to prevent that. They tried hard to prevent that strap from coming off of there. And it's going to be the same on this one, but I think with the right leverage. Screwdriver in there. Help me get that off. There it is. I'm going to put that used straps. I have a spot in the store where I put all my used straps, and I asked 10 bucks a piece for them. So that thing will go in with all the used straps. Ace Strap Company, USA, real leather strap. Okay, let's get these strings off of here. You know, before we get the strings completely off, let's grab a cable and let's check and see if the electronics in this guitar are working. Alright, so let's take a look here. Not hearing anything. The tuner light came on, indicated that the tuner was working, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the strings off, and then I'm going to go, gotta get these strings off of here. And then I'm going to put a new battery in there. We'll see if we can get the electronics going. So, a lot of you guys, maybe you've seen my storage locker video about 2 months ago. I put out a video and I went through a storage locker and I got tons of views on this video. Well, I called the girl yesterday, or the woman that owns the storage locker, because there's one more. And I've been in contact with her, and she said that she would like to go through the next storage locker, but she's just very busy. And so I volunteered to go through the locker with her. And so it's a lot of work, and it's summertime in Phoenix, and that could be part of the problem that that she is kind of slow-boating the whole go through the storage locker. But we'll see what happens. I might actually be able to get some video content out of that. So let's see what happens. There might be another storage locker video. Okay, I'm trying to loosen this truss rod, and there we go. So this guitar had a lot of backbone to it. Now if I put my notch straight edge on here. Okay, so I put this on here and I can see a lot of backbone. I mean, there's a ton of room under here. So let's go ahead and let's loosen this truss rod. So to tighten it, I'm going this way would be tightening it. I'm going to loosen it. Somebody's just got this thing really, really tight. There we go. Let's take a look at her now. There we go. Better. It was really tight. So let's clean the frets a little bit now. Well, you know what? Before I get into that, let's see if we can get some electronics to work in there. I see it's got the ribbon down in there. So what I'm going to do is, I wish they had a better, oh, they're double A's. Double A batteries. Let me see if I have any double A's. Yeah, if this works, I'm going to be shocked. The way that they've made electronics for acoustics over the last 20 years, I don't know, man. They're all different. They're all just really weird. Okay, gotta mess with that later. Gotta get some really good batteries and see if I can get that going. Again, that's just me venting a little bit. I mean, so many guitars, I deal with the electronics. Every company makes something different. I don't know if they're going to take a 9-volt battery or AA batteries or those little batteries that you find in these tuners. You know, these things. Sometimes I've seen 2 of these batteries stacked on top of each other. I wish somebody would come up with a good design and stick to it, but now we've got millions of guitars in the world with all kinds of weird battery containers, battery boxes. So a lot of acoustic guitars with years and years of string tension on them, they start to lift the bridge up and they'll bubble right here and it'll sink right here. This one is starting to do it a little bit, but it's not horrific yet. It's not horrible. I think I can string this thing up, and again, it's $100 guitar maybe at best, right? If the electronics work, sometimes you can get $150 out of them. Well, I can. In this town, $150 for a used Ibanez. Okay, so this guitar, so I got something new sent to me. So, got a package here. And this company reached out to me. And I said, sure, if you want to send me some stuff, I will use it. I will talk about it. I'll let you know what I think. So what we have in here is a package of LaBelle strings. They're 2023 catalog. LaBelle strings, I think possibly the oldest string manufacturer pretty much in the world, right? And So they sent me this catalog, and it looks like I got some free packages in here. So this is cool. So I got some 9 through 42 extra light nickel round electric. I got the Bender rock and roll guitar strings 10 through 46 with electro action. Another pack of 9s, another pack of 9s, and some 10s. So I was hoping for something I could put on this acoustic, but these are all electric strings. So over the next couple of videos, I'm going to throw these things on some guitars, and we can kind of see what we think about it. And if I like them, I'm going to make an order and order a bunch of LaBelle strings. They actually have a printed catalog, which is almost, in this day and age, you know, you don't see a printed catalog anymore. Look, they have the double ball system for Steinberger, jazz strings, electric bass strings, nylon, low tension flat wounds, acoustic stuff, vapor shield. It looks like we got a photo of the girl, Nancy Wilson is in here. Ukulele strings. Willie, there he is, man, playing LaBelle. Folk singer, ball end, black nylon. And he's got him on O trigger there. Yeah, so they reached out to me, and I'm happy to have them. And we're going to put these on a couple of guitars coming up in some of my videos to come, so keep that in mind. Okay, the nut is loose. So we're going to put a little bit of wood glue on here and glue this nut back down. And I always use wood glue when I do this because in case you ever have to take that back off, it'll just kind of come right out. If you use super glue, it's going to be pretty much stuck in there, and it's going to be a mess if you ever have to change it. Then we've got some F1 oil to clean this fretboard. Music Nomad. Guys, if you any of the Music Nomad people are watching, feel free to send me a bottle of Music Nomad F1 oil, and I will plug it in my videos. They're like, yeah, whatever, bro. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. It brings a lot of life back to this wood. Darkens the wood. Cleans the dirt off of it. Hydrates it, I guess. What's it say on the bottle? It says, let's see here. F1 oil cleans, conditions, protects, 100% natural oil, petroleum and wax free. So you don't want wax on there, right? You don't want petroleum on there. I guess. Okay. Let's get some strings. Today's string choice. Dean Markley. An old pack. Let me make sure they're all in here. Oh, they might not all be in here. Oh. Okay. We're going to put on a strange old set of strings. Stuff I had laying around. Come on, guys, it's a used guitar. Okay, it helps me get rid of some of this stuff. Let's see how these strings look. Dean Markley, I mean, Dean Markley strings were everywhere. And now, here in 2023, it's getting kind of hard to find them. I think Sweetwater still sells them. But a lot of times, you're not finding Dean Markley strings around anymore. I got a couple of weird packs laying around and some misfit packs laying around. Because sometimes you'll buy a guitar. Being a used guitar shop, I'll buy a guitar. And sometimes you look in the case and you'll find a pack of unused strings. You'll find maybe a snark. You'll find the straps, you know. And so once in a while, if I'm not too excited about a guitar, I'll do something like that where I put on just random stuff that I have laying around. You guys might have already noticed that I do that. But yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, let's just listen for a minute. Let's see what. This thing sounds okay. Not a bad little guitar. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Now next Saturday, I promise I'll do electric guitars. Again, thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. Do that whole like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Think about Patreon. If you really love my videos, think about becoming a Patreon member. And there's descriptions down below. In the description, in the description down below, there's an Amazon link if you guys want to use that. If you have to go on the Amazon jungle for any reason, I get a little tiny percentage of that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.